So if we pick up our last discussion about what's going on, like what happens, what exactly do we do with this, right? We know that the threat of crime is not like necessarily what people are scared of when they are trying to we think about controlling or instituting behavior, right? Because theoretically you could still commit crime, you can still commit these actions, right? So the goal then is to make the threat of crime really more fearful of punishment. Punishment itself is what gets someone to say that they are not, going to commit the crime because they could lose and jeopardize things. So control theories often advocate for harsher or more restrictive punishments. Something that's really going to hurt, so that one is more resistant to like wanting to commit crime because they're scared or of what they could lose or jeopardize because of that. So in a way that you'll recall when we talked about deterrence theory that we often discuss, they want to alter the severity of punishment and so on. What could actually end up happening is that there's a situation where deterrence theories can be seen as control theories, right? So that's what we're getting at right there. So outside of that, though, we can think about your stakes and conformity. They have an impact on your behavior. One of the other things that we can notice or talk about, right, is one's bonds to society. So this is going to be very similar to stakes and conformity, but know that we're talking about something like this. So we're thinking about bonds. Social bonds is what I guess I should have written, but I didn't. So forgive me for that. So for social bonds, right, this theory is saying that our attachments or our connections to society or whatever are going to be best to preventing crime, right? So one is that when we think about like attachments, right? So this is going to be, our affection. So our affection or sensitivity to the needs of other people. So as long as we care about other people, if we think about like what's going to happen to others or with our actions, we're less likely to commit crime, right? So if we have higher attachment to others or sensitivity to the needs of other people, we are less likely to do that, right? We also think about commitment. And the thing about commitment is that it's similar to stakes and conformity, but it's our ties to society. So, our home, our education, and our family, our children, whatever, right? So our ties to society, so we don't want to jeopardize anything because we're highly committed to the system and behaving in a certain way. We also tend to think about the involvement, which I'll just call involved, right? So how active are you? So if you are involved in building a better society, if you are involved in staying occupied, then you are less likely to commit crime, right? So staying active is key for limiting crime. And finally, there's also the component of your belief system. So this is more about your morality and your investment in the rules of society in order to prevent yourself from committing crime.